important note, we warn that this content has been automated. For this you can find any difference in terms of words. But the most important thing is that you benefit from the value of ideas and get the benefit. We wish you success in all of your projects. Regards, Project Post. Investing is its importance and risks, and where and how to invest your money successfully. Investment was and still is the first and most important source for building wealth and enriching individuals. And it remains one of the most important factors affecting the economies of countries. Countries that invest in national projects and have large numbers of investors on their lands, whether they are local or foreign investors, achieve significant revenues from those investments and notable booms in the level of economic growth. But what matters to you as an individual is how to build personal wealth through investment, whether locally on the homeland or externally in one of the countries attractive to investments. Below I will provide you with a detailed guide through which you will learn about what an investment is, definition of investment, its importance, work mechanisms and investment criteria that can be taken and relied upon to start a successful investment journey. So go with me. What is an investment? Definition of investment. Economists have relied on many definitions so that they differ in their context, but they ultimately denote one meaning. And in fact, many of these definitions are intended for students of economic studies and are characterized by complexity and difficulty of understanding for non-specialists. So we will not try to simplify it so that it is easy to understand, and simply we can define investment on it as spending a certain amount of money in a business, production, or service for the purpose of obtaining financial flows in the future so that it compensates for the amount of money that was spent and helps build wealth. Note the last part of the definition. Obtaining financial flows in the future to compensate for the amount of money that was spent and help build wealth can be considered the main objective of investment. The importance of investment. Investment is of great importance to countries and individuals at all levels, not just to the economic level. Here is the explanation. 1. The importance of investment at the country level. When the state invests in national projects, it produces and reduces import rates, which contributes to developing the national product. When the state invests, it employs youth and reduces unemployment rates, which improves the social status of individuals. When the country invests, it raises the value of its local currency in exchange for foreign currencies, which helps to counter inflation. When the state invests in national projects, it diversifies its economic structure, increases its resources and strengthens its economy. When foreign or local individuals invest in small, medium, or large private projects, the state makes a great financial benefit through the taxes that are collected annually from these projects, in addition to the unemployment rates that decrease and the rates of the economic indicators that rise. 2. The importance of investment at the individual level. When individuals invest in special projects, whether the capital is 1,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 or more or less, they develop from their money and increase to multiply and grow to many folds over time. When individuals invest, they turn from subordinates who do not make practical decisions from the decision themselves to free people who decide what to do. Investment ensures greater returns from the job, except for unique jobs, and thus guarantees a decent life for investors. Investors at some point work less and earn more, so that they have those who do business and are satisfied with management and direction. Some types of investment do not require you from any experience or skill, just need money. And examples of that are investing in stocks. Through successful investment you will get a lot of reliable money to achieve goals related to money, such as buying a new house or luxury car. When individuals invest, their knowledge circle expands and they can identify various business owners and companies which serves their practical interests. When individuals invest in their countries, they serve their country by paying taxes and employing young people. Engaging in investment opens new horizons for success, such as identifying innovators who can do something that might succeed, or by creating an opportunity that can be exploited. Investment risk. We talked previously about the importance and impact of positive investment on countries and individuals, but against these benefits there are risks facing investors, and we explain it below. Some markets suffer from instability, and here we are talking about medium and large projects such as factories and production lines. Large, medium and small investments suffer a lot from inflation and high prices. If we talk about a large factory, it will be affected by inflation and high prices, as well as when we talk about a small project like a clothing store. Some markets are very attractive to investments. If your money is invested in it, this means that you are going to old competitors and you will face new competitors. In the different markets there are large dynamic investors who control the markets and prices. Lack of experience is one of the biggest sources of risk to investors, because the markets bring about a lot of changes and the investor experience has a big factor in dealing with these changes. How to overcome investment risks. If we consider that the risks facing investors are expected problems, then each problem has a solution or a way in which these risks or expected problems can be overcome. These solutions and methods are reviewed below. The investor must have enough capital to cover the expenses of his project for several months. Monitor the economic and political conditions in the country in which you intend to invest for a period of time. Carefully study the market to know the risks and opportunities related to this market. Full knowledge of the investment laws in the country in which you intend to invest. When comparing markets, you should choose stable and prosperous markets without turbulence. Ensure that competitors are constantly studied and monitored and that customers and market needs are known to have an advantage that gives you excel. If you're a beginner investor, be sure to consult experts and learn to gain experiences that enable you to make sound decisions. Where do you invest your money? The investment should be linked to the place that achieves the desired goals, and not to the place of residence. If your place of residence or your country in general is able to achieve your investment goals, then this is wonderful. If the situation is turbulent and investment is difficult in your country, the idea of going to foreign markets is appropriate. For example, you can go to African markets if you have a small amount of no more than $10,000 and want to invest it successfully. Because African markets are prosperous and weak, competition and a large number of investment opportunities and many factors that help investment success such as ease of licensing companies, zero capital required in some countries, the availability of cheap labor, the end of civil wars and turmoil in many countries, appropriate geography and others. But if you have average capital that exceeds $100,000, then the idea of heading to the Asian markets is fascinating, as these markets are unique, as they attract many investors from around the world, because the population and tourists are very many, and those countries are developed to the level of infrastructure, education and availability of extremely cheap labor. Example, Indonesia, Malaysia. As for having large capital and investment experience, the European markets can achieve your investment goals for you. They are very developed but expect to face strong competition, whatever your investment field, and you should also consider high taxes, e.g., Germany, Poland. How to invest your money successfully, whatever market or country you choose to invest. The beginning should be by visiting this market or country to closely monitor it and know how it fits your expectations. For example, if you decide to invest in Rwanda as an African country suitable for small investors, the first thing you do is to visit this country to get acquainted with the situation of people, the country, projects, available investment opportunities, and learn about the laws and others. Then you can communicate with those who previously invested in this country. But beware that one of you is asking for any money in exchange for investing in you or clearing some procedures. Then you can starting to establish your company is easy and can be accomplished through the internet in many countries of the world. And then you can start choosing the place and provide staff to start work. This is the whole thing. Investment is the most important source of legitimate wealth. And there are many examples of people who have invested very little money and have become wealthy. Example 1, Shahid Khan. Example 2, Coco Chanel. Example 3, Farah Gray. And there are rich people who have invested and doubled their wealth, but on the other hand there are people who fail to achieve investment successes. Which means that the investment decision is risky. We explained it in detail throughout the article. Therefore, if you decide to engage in a small, medium or large investment business, it is necessary that you read the previous lines carefully to know what awaits you, the risks, and how overcome them for success. Thank you for watching this video and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to reach more. Bye.